Welcome back to Royva Productions YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to take this old AC vent from one of my dad's cars and I'm going to try to fix it. Yeah, there's supposed to be more than just two of these little vanes in there. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's supposed to be 6 total, and they're all supposed to be connected together. So I'm going to pop one of these out, and we're going to see if we can take some pictures of it, throw it into Fusion 360, and recreate this little guy, run it through the 3D printer, and then make the piece that ties 6 of these together. Let's see what happens. Where I start usually is to take a good picture, usually with a ruler of some sort or a little tape measure there next to it. This one is a little too close because you can't see the details. So there we go. And we're going to zoom out here and try to take a picture while I'm taking a video. All right, so that is one side. And then, I guess the other side is just the exact opposite, but just in case we need it, we'll just grab that and kind of line that up about there. Okay, let's drop that in the computer and see what we come up with. All right, so I've got it brought into Fusion, and it is scaled correctly, so this actually measured out as 1 inch from this line to this line. Now I'm just going to go ahead and trace this whole thing, and I've got another side view looking at the face of these and the face of this, and I'll be able to put it all together. All right, after a few minutes of messing with it, I got it pretty close. I'm going to round the corners of it, and we're going to try one quick print and see what it turns up. 15 minutes later, and we've got a part. Let's check it out. It does fit, but it's not perfect. I can make it a little bit better. We'll try one more test print, and we'll see how it turns out. It slides in and out of the clamping spot here, whatever, for lack of a better term. A little too easy. We'll try one more version. All right, version 2 here. And the only thing I'm seeing wrong right now, I don't know if we could see it on camera or not, is it's just a little tiny bit too wide. So I have to turn it sideways to get it in. And then once it goes in, the whole thing stretches out just a touch. So version 3 is now printing, and it is 1/64 of an inch narrower. And we'll see how that one fits in. Last night, I printed off 6 of these individual pieces, and they fit really well in there. But I was having a hard time making the connector that goes to all of them to hold them together. So I realized I can just go in the computer here and design them all as one piece. So this is what I'm getting ready to print right now. Or actually, it's starting the print, and it's all designed as one piece, and there's just a little bit of gap in there. So theoretically, it should move back and forth. So we're gonna see here in about 40 minutes if my idea worked or not. And here it is. Once I get it all snapped into place, we'll try to move them, and it should break any tension between the connector rod and the individual vanes. And since I don't have a tripod here in the office right now, I'm just going to have to do it and then show you afterwards. All right. Getting closer. I had 2 vanes break off, but these are all working together, so I need a little more strength in my connection, and we'll be good to go. Okay, here it is all done. You move one, they all move. And I think if I were to do this again, I would probably make this bar go in the middle, and it would be thicker, and then these vanes would all be thicker at the connection point as well. The reason this broke in the very first place on the piece from the 70s was it was too thin. So anyways, there it is. It is complete and ready to go back in the car. Lessons learned. If I would have gone out to my shop and grabbed my calipers, could have probably got the vanes on the second try instead of 4 or 5. And then on the connector piece that goes on the backside, like I just said, I think it needs to be in the middle, and it needs to be thicker material, both in the vane and the connector. The other option would be to duplicate the connector on the top side, which would just mean duplicating the little pivot point on each vane on the top side as well. That would be another option. I just think the backside one in the middle, I could make it bigger and I can make those connectors snap onto it. Might work out a little better. So that's the kind of thing you can do with a 3D printer, even working on old cars. The other fun thing is, if I got this where I just had it where I loved it and it was perfect, I could go so far as sending off the design and having it printed in stainless steel or aluminum, which would be really silly to put in this cheap plastic housing, but that is an option if you also want to design the housing as well. So the limit is, right now, the limits are kind of defined by your imagination. So the little Bambu Lab A1 printer works great. The only thing I would do differently if I was buying a printer today is I'd buy an enclosed one so that I could do ASA and ABS plastics. They hold up to heat a little better. This PETG plastic will go to about 150 degrees. And the other ones I think will get up to closer to 170 to 190, maybe higher. I don't know off the top of my head. Somebody will tell me in the comments how wrong I am. But you could consider getting one. Or if you have a part like this that you need replicated, you know, give me a yell. Maybe I can help you out with it. It's not going to be free. This was done for my dad, so I kind of owe him already. But yeah, give me a yell. Until next time, we'll see you at a show.